Okay, I'm here with the founder and director of East London Fighters. For the viewers who don't know about you yet, could you explain about what you do?
So, I do an awful lot of things in Elf.
Yeah.
I'm a designer, I'm a social media person, I'm a tournament organizer. I do a lot of different things. Elf, East London Fighters, we also do a lot of events. We do online events, we do offline events.
Yes.
And we service effectively that middle ground between entry level and professional. That's kind of where we sit.
So how did you come to form East London Fighters, and what was the inspiration behind it?
There was a lot of different things really, and I think for me, growing up when I did, in the sort of early 80s, you know, I was fortunate enough to experience early arcade culture. So we had arcades literally everywhere, on every street corner, every kebab shop, you probably remember. Every street corner, every laundrette, every kebab shop, every chip shop had an arcade machine, and each one was its own community. And I missed that when it went in the early 2000s. So I think I remember recovering from an illness somewhere, and I thought, I miss that camaraderie that we used to have.
Yes.
In these arcades, and I wanted to recreate that. So I went to a pub somewhere, which is in Stratford, with my PlayStation and a monitor, and it says, "Hey, do you mind if I do some casuals here?" And I said, "Sure." And from there, we kind of are where we are now.
Oh, that's great. How many esports events have you run or been involved in so far?
Well,
too many.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, we do events every other week, sometimes every week, but usually every other week, whether it be offline or online. And we've been doing that for 3 years.
I see. So it's been a while now.
Well over 100. Well over 100.
So from the games that are involved in the Keokuk, which is your favourite? I know it's only a small selection.
Of the games that are currently there, Tekken 7 is my favourite.
Tekken 7?
Yes.
And how many events have you organised involving Tekken 7?
Since its release, that's been the main title of Elf. Is our bread and butter, really. Which is interesting because we started off doing SNK games, almost exclusively SNK games. But then Tekken 7 came out, and I realised that there was nowhere for anybody to play it. So we, put together a casual event, and people started turning up, and I was like, wow. And we kind of went from there. Now it is officially the nation's favourite game.
Oh, so I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a huge title, and it's doing nothing but growing.
Which are the fun parts of running esports event, and also the not so good parts to doing those?
For me, the best part is seeing people leave with smiles on their faces. If you've got that, then you know you've done your job right.
Yeah.
If you get lots of people coming up to you complaining, saying, "Oh, my bracket was late," or this thing happened and no 2 hours about it, then you know you've done a really bad job.
Okay.
But if people leave with smiles on their faces, then it's a good thing.
So we had many people not happy, and
I don't have that often.
You don't have that. Okay, that's good.
Obviously, 1 or 2 people, you expect
can't please
that.
everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you get involved with the Keokuk project?
Well, Elf pride themselves in doing things differently. And as I mentioned before, we exist in that odd space between entry level and professional.
Yes.
And so making events fun and accessible to a lot of people is what's important to us.
Okay.
So when we saw the KOF, sorry, that's my favourite game. KOF. There's a plug for you, SNK, right there. So when we saw the Keokuk project, I thought, no, this is something to get involved with because it's a way to reach out to more casual gamers and introduce them to something which is less threatening.
Yeah.
Because tournaments can be very, very intimidating. A lot of people do not go to them because they think, oh, everybody's really, really good. Everybody's got all this skill. They've been playing this game for a long time. But something like this, it's accessible. It's everybody can do it.
Yes.
Everybody's not expected to be at a top level. I mean, obviously, if Tekken is involved, you're probably going to get those people out there who'll be like, yes, this is my game. I'm going to come and smash everybody. But for the most part, it's an excuse for new players to get involved.
Yeah.
And so we want to be involved.
So from your East London fighting community, how many do you expect to take part in the Keokuk?
It does depend solely on which games are finalised.
Okay, the pressure.
Yes. Yes, it does depend. Because obviously, Tekken 7 is the biggest game we play.
Yes.
But we do have people who play lots of other games as well. So you'll have people who play Mortal Kombat, you'll have people who will play Samshar, you'll have people who will play Injustice, and you know, we play everything. We don't discourage with this. We don't not play games. We don't discourage people from playing games.
Okay.
So how many are going to get involved? I can't say.
At least one.
There will be more than one.
Okay, that's good.
We're all over Europe, so there will be more than one.
So we've got Joe Joyce involved, who is one of the top heavyweight boxers in the world and an Olympic silver medalist winner. Does that add an extra excitement or interest to the Keokuk?
I think for some, because they'd be interested to see how it marries up.
Yeah.
You've got this guy who's used to punching things for a living in real life, and you've got these guys who are interested in punching things digitally.
Yeah.
It's an interesting concept.
What would you say to professional and casual gamers watching this interview and wondering whether to take part or not?
I think as I mentioned before, I think it's a perfect opportunity for a casual gamer to take part. If you're a pro gamer, come down, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be fun for you. If you're a casual gamer, you're going to be like-minded people who are at the same level as you. You've got nothing to lose.
Yeah. So any final thoughts on the event, and also any news you wish to share to new fight fans and gaming fans who have just come across you?
Final thoughts on this event? I think it's going to be a very interesting event. We've got 4 titles, one of which is Tekken 7. We've got a fairly decent prize pot, and we've got a challenge for everybody to play as many different fighting games as they can.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're rubbish at one, but you could be really good at another. That could be enough to bring you through to the next stage. That's what's exciting about this. It's a multi-game championship, and I don't think there's been one of those yet. And do we have anything coming up? This Saturday we've got a Revolver, which is our regional. It's a quarterly regional.
Yes.
And this one is our biggest one yet, and it's only going to get even bigger from here. Other than that, you'll just have to watch our socials.
Okay, do you want to plug your social media? Wow.
I never remember what they are.
So just East London Fighters.
Pretty much. If you Google East London Fighters, you'll see absolutely everything that we do.
Okay, thank you for your time. And we'll see you in the Keokuk.
Thank you for having me.